Every day, millions of Americans are being forced to make harder choices as the cost of practically everything continues to increase. Consumer is torn between wanting to buy what they want and having to give in because increased prices are hurting their finances. In fact, consumers are starting to feel the impacts of price inflation, and businesses are also being affected. Retailers have highlighted some of these changes as they have reported quarterly earnings results during the past few weeks. As a result of the fact that different things may be on sale at various periods, people constantly search for the best deals, which changes their buying habits. Usually, this includes groceries and gas. Americans are feeling the strain as prices rise to their highest levels in 40 years. However, consumers are changing their habits by eating at home even more frequently, switching to less expensive products, and making purchases from merchants they believe are better at managing pricing. Here are the top 10 biggest losers from reduced spending. Number 1, reduced spending on higher ticket luxuries. Even though wealthier consumers are generally protected from the effects of inflation, middle and lower income consumers are not, and luxury goods are the first to suffer. Despite the fact that its higher end luxury segment is super durable, the company's second quarter results call that it has observed a slump in sales of lower priced designer products. Consumer electronics sales at Best Buy fell by about 13% in the second quarter due to an uneven sale environment brought on by hyperinflation. Target also reported a slowdown in demand for expensive items, particularly electronics. Number 2, consumers buy more secondhand. Buying fairly used products is one way to save money and still purchase good stuff. Although purchasing used things is nothing new, it appears that consumers will do so more frequently in 2023 compared to 2020. Internet conversations increased by 21% last year. The resale sector is seeing an increase in brand presence. In 2022, the luxury market alone is predicted to generate sales of $43 billion, more than doubling the amount generated in 2017. Clothing is one of the topics that is discussed in secondhand talks the most after books. In fact, over the past year, there has been a 23% growth in online purchases. Even with rising costs, consumers who are passionate about fashion won't give up and will instead search for alternatives to purchasing brand new things. Customers might continue to get their favorite brands and trendy items by buying used goods, and they can help the outside world while doing so. Even on a tight budget, shoppers can prioritize sustainability by purchasing used goods. Additionally, customers enjoy sharing online when they receive a good price while staying within their budget. 2023 will see a rise in the prevalence of thrift stores, particularly in the fashion sector. Over the years, there has been a lot of bad press for the fashion business. In fact, one of the most disparagingly discussed industries in internet discussions about sustainability is the fashion business. Reselling clothing can be a way for fashion companies to gain the confidence of consumers who care about the outside world. Number 3, reduce tips. Higher prices translate for many people into less extra cash. The tipping appears to be one expense that has been overlooked as a result of the recession. While tips at eateries have largely remained stable, CNBC reported that tips at coffee shops and other point-of-sale locations are declining. In quick service restaurants, the average tip decreased from 17.2% in March 2021 to 15.2% in February 2022. Number 4, travel. Details from hotels and airlines are considered for calculating travel expenditures. According to data, during economic downturns, travel expenses as a share of total personal consumption expenditures decreases, given that travel constitutes a significant component of discretionary spending and is quite sensitive to financial situations. This is understandable. The drop in travel share may be due to consumers postponing trips for more funds or choosing cheaper travel locations. It is noteworthy that following the September 11th attacks in 2001 and again in 2020 as a result of COVID-related travel restrictions, travel shares of total personal consumption expenditures declined dramatically. Number 5, vehicles, transportation. Since consumers are more likely to spend less money on a new automobile during a recession than during a boom, auto parts retailers typically benefit from it. According to data, when inflation is strong, new cars lose a significant amount of their relative importance. The ratio of new vehicle spending to used vehicle spending decreases from approximately 2.6 to 1.6 during economic downturns. The post-recession period demonstrates that the relative importance of new automobiles has increased drastically, but it is still much below its peak level. During the recession, used and new car value plummeted by around 1/4, and it has only lately increased again. Number 6, shoppers will be more selective. The majority of traders are working hard to lessen how these price increases would affect their consumer base. In a bid to encourage customer loyalty and sustained consumer engagement, Walmart and Target have agreed to absorb the majority of their cost hikes. Customers think that some stores are doing a better job at managing these price rises than others. Given these figures, consumers will certainly choose between various stores and brands even more so than they have in the past, since many people are still tempted to combine their shopping excursions out of concern for further COVID exposure. Retailers, who are thought to be better at regulating pricing, are more likely to attract large shopping baskets. From the perspective of a manufacturer, the fact that media coverage of inflation has been so extensive gives all sectors the chance to change prices with fewer potential risks than there would be if pricing were taken in a more traditional system. Consumers are enduring price hikes. As was previously mentioned, therefore pricing decisions will still need to be carefully controlled. 61% of customers believe that certain manufacturers are doing a better job than others at containing cost rises, which is similar to how they feel about retailers. The majority of people think that some manufacturers and merchants are managing rising costs better than others. Retailers and producers will want to match increases in prices to consumers' estimations of the worth of their products. Number 7, durable goods. The economic cycle generally affects durable goods much more. This includes furniture, appliances, and vehicles. Since they often have a considerably higher price tag and are more probable to be put off by customers during economic downturns, spending on durable goods is a great indication of actual GDP growth. Durables lost about 20% of their relative importance between the 2007 surge and the 2011 recession. Although furniture and appliances have lost almost 25% of their relative significance, vehicles are the main cause of the loss. Although they are still lower than before, every category is more significant during recovery than they were during a recession. Number 8, increase in credit cards. When the economy gets tighter, credit card debt and delinquent payments become an imminent crisis. Macy's is already witnessing it. The company claimed to have noticed higher balances, early indicators of credit delinquencies, and reduced payment rates among its credit card clients during its second quarter earnings call in August. According to data from credit score company VantageScore, lower income and younger shoppers experienced increases in credit card balances of 25% and 30% in the last quarter. It appears that these groups are currently having the most difficulty acquiring their daily needs and are resorting to credit cards to make up the difference. Number 9, consumers still prioritize convenience. Alternative buying methods like immediate delivery and click and collect saw a rise during the pandemic. The availability of these and other options has increased recently, improving consumer convenience when purchasing. And consumers will continue to expect this level of comfort after 2023. As consumers find it more difficult to prioritize sustainability, it is not unexpected that sustainability is discussed less in buying conversations. In the previous years, there have been fewer mentions of sustainability. Convenience discussions reveal a different picture. Convenience has had the largest increase in mentions among all the buying characteristics examined over the last 12 months. Customers praise things that make their life easy and comment about how convenient buying is. Price dominates the purchase conversation by a wide margin among all generations. Older generations like Gen X and baby boomers are more inclined to talk about sustainability, but millennials and Gen Z are more likely to discuss convenience and shipping, respectively. Number 10, food. According to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, less than 1/7 of the average consumer's overall spending runs on food. When American income increases, a smaller percentage of that income is allocated to food purchases. Experts predict that a larger part of food expenses will be made at home than other places. Inflation rates will also affect where families buy their groceries, affecting more expensive grocery stores all around the neighborhood. In addition, spending on the food away from home sector is anticipated to shift away from full-service restaurants and toward limited service restaurants as customers look for ways to maximize their budgets. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click that like button and subscribe button. But most importantly, don't forget to click that bell icon to be notified when a new video is uploaded. Also, feel free to leave a remark if you have any recommendations for videos. From No Cap Capitalist, have a great day.